Oh my! Arsenal 6, West Ham 0. My prediction was 3-1 in favor of Arsenal. I saw an Arsenal win written all over this fixture, but I'll be a liar to let you know that, or to really tell you that I thought Arsenal would go rampant and really hit 6. I would be a liar to say that, because if you watched my match day live before this game of football really started, I told you that Arsenal was 6 goals behind Man City. Because we all knew to it that Arsenal was going to level at points with Man City, and the only way they could go ahead of them is by scoring 7 goals. And I told you I don't see them really scoring even 6. So I was shocked that Arsenal have gone ahead to put 6 past West Ham, and Arsenal having gone ahead to obviously dominate the game of football from the first minute to the last minute of the game. They've gone ahead to send a clear message to Liverpool and Manchester City that this is not yet over. The battle for the trophy is not yet over. They are here to fight, and you've gone ahead to see to it that players like Bukayo Saka, they've gone ahead obviously told you that they should rise up to the occasion. However, much they're not having a very good season in as far as their top-notch performances are really concerned. They should continue scoring in goals, and Saka has gone ahead to do that. I talked about Trossard, he did it. Declan Rice surprisingly rising up to the occasion, having been a ghost in the previous 2 games that Arsenal played this season, where they lost 2-0 at Emirates in the Premier League and 3-1 in the Carabao Cup at the stadium where they're going to have to play the game of football today at the London Stadium. Guess what? He has not ghosted today. He has bossed the game, bossed the midfield, a brace of assists, and a very beautiful goal. That is what a £105 million player does, especially in moments like this when his club really needs him. And this is a message I'm sending out to obviously everyone who really loves Thomas Partey, that Declan Rice has shown us that he is a better asset at Arsenal than Thomas Partey. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokan David. Let's see close to 300 likes. I repeat it. Let's see close to 300 likes matching this video, because it's really a huge one, and it's going to be discussing the result of Arsenal and West Ham. We thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum. Arsenal fans were really timid going to this game of football. I gave you a room of confidence that you are gonna do it, and you've just gonna hate to do it, and hope you now believe in me. Because ever since Arsenal, by the way, got from that Dubai winter break, they've come up and really scored very many goals in every game they've gonna hate to play. The least they've gonna hate to score is 2 against Nottingham Forest. Remember, they beat Crystal Palace on their return 5-0. They beat Nottingham 2-1, takes their tally to 7. They beat Liverpool 3-1, taking their tally to 10. And guess what? They've gone ahead to really get their tally to 16 in just 4 games. That is really very, very huge for the side of Arsenal. And guess what? It was William Saliba in the 32nd minute, where Arsenal had gone ahead to obviously dominate the game of football, and they won every duel, second ball, and they really had a lot to offer. But they couldn't obviously find the ball at the back of the net, and it was through a Yakubu Kiwior cross that was deflected, I think, by Mohamed Kudus to go into the corner, and then it was well delivered by Declan Rice, and William Saliba got his 2nd goal of the Premier League season, and he really went to celebrate in the 32nd minute. Then, how many minutes later? 9 minutes later, Arsenal went ahead to obviously double the lead through a very, very good over-the-top ball that saw Bukayo Saka beat the offside trap of West Ham, and after beating the offside trap of West Ham, Bukayo Saka got himself in a 1v1 against Ariola, the goalkeeper of West Ham. And guess what happened? He really dribbled past the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper brought Saka down. When he brought Bukayo Saka down, it was a penalty. Saka scored and took his tally to 9 Premier League goals. Then, in the 44th minute, it was another assist coming in through from Gabriel Magalhaes to make it 3. Set piece. they again beat the offside trap of West Ham and scored another set-piece goal. That is Arsenal for you, and I'm going to talk a lot about the set-piece goal. Now, that marked the end, I think, in 12 minutes, Arsenal scored 3 goals. Then, in the second minute of the added minutes, 3 minutes of the first half, Leandro Trossard gets a very beautiful ball from Martin Odegaard. You know how composed Leandro Trossard is. He takes his time and curls it into the right, I think the left top corner, to make it 4-0. And Arsenal went ahead to score 4 goals for the very first time since I think it was 13 years back. They last did that 13 years back, to obviously score 4 goals in the first half. It shows you that the team has gone ahead to improve. When they returned, they never really sat down. Martin Odegaard with another assist to Bukayo Saka to make it 5 for the side of Arsenal. And in the 65th minute, 2 minutes later, after Saka made it 5, Declan Rice went ahead to score a very beautiful goal, and the assist went on to the guy known as Benjamin White. What a way for Arsenal to obviously send a message to its nemesis, is that we are here to obviously get going and we're not going to stop. And they kept doing the needful, and that's how Arsenal went ahead to obviously score 6 goals. But the positives I've gone ahead to get from this game of football, one, the hugest positive is that Arsenal are really scoring set pieces. You know, they've gone ahead to score, I think, 14 goals, 14 or 16 Premier League goals through set pieces. And Nicolas Jova has gone ahead to obviously get himself what he deserves. And all the kudos should go to Nicolas Jova, because for the corner that came in through into the back of the net, and then another free kick, you know, saw this guy put that ball in the back of the net. That is Gabriel Magalhaes. And what's really common out of this is that the central defenders, William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, have been target courtesy of set pieces, meaning that their threat when it comes to set pieces is really huge, and it's very huge to note, and see to it that you give it a very good go. So to me, I'm very much excited about Arsenal, because I don't want to see Man City win a Premier League, a 4th Premier League Cup in a row. I don't want to see Liverpool win a Premier League trophy in a row, because when they win, they are going to level the number of trophies that Man United are really having, because we are having 20 league titles and Liverpool are really having 19. So I'm supporting Arsenal all the way. I don't want to see any of those really win this trophy. That's why I want Arsenal to win it, you know. And Arsenal fans sometimes say, but Rokani, are you a United fan? I am a United fan, but I tell you, I have to protect the records, because Arsenal is way off us. I think Arsenal is having, like, is it 13 league titles? You know, they're really way off us. And by the time they obviously reach 20, I think would have gone ahead to obviously get to winning more. But right now, it's not going to work out like that. So that is all about the goals. And the other huge positive was Martin Odegaard having a brace of assists today. You know, I've always told you, this boy is really very smart. And the reason as to why he has gone ahead obviously getting this assist today, it's because of the clinicalness, you know, the lethalness of the players he gave that ball. When you look at Trossard, when he got that ball, he took an extra touch and he did the unthinkable. All the defenders around Trossard thought that Trossard was going to really get that ball and really turn around or look out for another pass, but his aim was like, I'm gonna score, you get? And every time he really does that effort in the top corner, it's obviously on target. And I've seen him really score like 4 or 5 of those goals. And I told you, Trossard is one of those players that I really fancy to really get 20 goals at Arsenal this season. And people are saying, Rokani, you are just carried away. You're just carried away, Rokani. That boy cannot do that. Now, this 29-year-old Belgian international, right, has 6 goals and 1 assist in the Premier League. You know, in the Champions League, Trossard has 2 goals. He has taken his tally to 8, you know, and 1 assist. That is Leandro Trossard for you. So if he has 8 goals and he's not starting, you know, it shows you exactly what this guy is all about. I think in the remaining 14 games, he can really get in more and more goals for Arsenal, and a lot is yet for him to come. In the Champions League, I also think that he's going to score more for the club of Arsenal, because those are the only 2 tournaments that Arsenal is left in. Let's go to Bukayo Saka. Very much exciting player. Very much exciting, and I've always told you that this is what Saka is supposed to be doing. He has gone ahead to hit double figures in the Premier League goals this season. 10, and then 7 assists. When you add on the 3 goals, he's going to hit to score into the UEFA Champions League and the 4 assists. That takes him to the tally of 13 goals this season and 11 assists. What a way Bukayo Saka has gone ahead to obviously hit another milestone in his career. I've always told you that for Bukayo Saka, he doesn't need to fidget around to really play good. All what he needs to do is to score goals. That is it. If he continues scoring goals, the form will kick in naturally. But if he doesn't really get those goals in, nothing is going to really get going. So I congratulate Bukayo Saka for that milestone. 14 games to go. He can get 20 goals in the Premier League. I told you that. He's one of those Arsenal players I think would get 20. Gabriel Jesus would have gone ahead to get that milestone, but I think he's just injury prone. For the 3rd time this season, he has been out again. Is it even the 4th time? He has been out again. Something that you wouldn't like to see your player that is really very, very, very instrumental going through that. Because in a game like this, you anticipated that Gabriel Jesus would have gone ahead to come to the party. Though I believe that false 9 role that Kai Havertz is really playing has gone ahead to see to it that it creates mobility and space for players of Arsenal. Like Trossard, that space he gets in. Because there is the way they interchange. And I've gone ahead like the way Arsenal have gone ahead to obviously play today. When you look at Kai Havertz, sometimes he dropped deep and Trossard led the line. You saw sometimes that Martinelli would switch to the left, Trossard switch to the center, and Bukayo Saka switch to the left, Martinelli to the right, and Trossard through the middle. They've been really having huge mobility on that pitch. Trossard, Saka, Martinelli, Kai Havertz, those 4 forwards of Arsenal today have been the reason as to why West Ham couldn't even find someone to mark. Because look at the second goal that Arsenal scored, the penalty. That over-the-top ball that is floated by Trossard in the second third of the pitch to release Saka. Saka was playing like the number 9. So it shows you that sometimes Trossard and Kai Havertz dropped deep, and they really let Bukayo Saka use that space, because we all know that Bukayo Saka is a fast player. When you get him the ball, he really ran in the right directions. So I think Arteta had a masterclass today, and he has gone ahead to improve his side. And today, for everyone who says that he doesn't have tactics, today I think this has been the most tactical game that he has gone ahead to really master. Having gone ahead to play the same way against Liverpool, he has come in through and really did the same when he's playing West Ham. This team had beaten Arsenal twice this season, and even last season, Arsenal led by 2-0, and West Ham came from behind to score 2, and Arsenal leveled. And the other big hint that most of you had really forgotten, remember, when that game was 2-1, Arsenal got a penalty because Gabriel Jesus was brought down. Saka stood into that penalty, and Saka missed that penalty. And now, when Saka was granted the chance to really give Arsenal a 2-goal advantage, he buried that chance at the back of the net. It shows you the positivity that has drifted from what Arsenal failed to do last season to what Arsenal is doing this season. For everyone who monitored what happened last season for Arsenal, they had a very fast half of the season, But in the second half of the season, there is the way Arsenal went ahead to obviously deteriorate and shrink. And when they shrinked, they really lost out. They lost it out. So this time round, they've gone ahead to shrink and really not look better at the first half of the season. But in the second half of the season, they've come in big and better. They haven't lost any Premier League game this calendar year. And they've gone ahead to really get maximum points. 12 out of 12 in 4 games. That is really important. Declan Rice, another player to talk about today. Declan Rice has gone ahead to put in a very huge show. A brace of assists and a goal. Let me check out what his stats are as Declan Rice this season. And it shows you that he has been really that pivotal player. Now, when you look at Declan Rice, he has 4 Premier League goals and 4 assists. That is Declan Rice for you. And I told you that he has gone ahead to do a better job than Thomas Partey, and most people are not really even agreeing with me. But you have your chance, you have your right, obviously not believe in me, but what I'm telling you is a fact, backed up with pure stats of this game. I'm looking for the stats of Thomas Partey. Where are they? Because last season, all I know, Partey had even the stats of Thomas Partey nowhere to be seen. All I know is scored like 5 goals, but when you look at this guy, we're having 14 games to go, 4 goals and 4 assists in the Premier League, and today he has gone ahead to score that one, and it was really a very good game, and he really put up a show, and I think most of you have gone ahead to obviously acknowledge the guy. Now let's go into the match stats. Who else scored? Haven't I talked about any other player that went ahead to score? Saka with a brace, Trossard, Gabriel Magalhaes, I'm going to talk about them, and Gabriel Magalhaes has gone ahead to record 4 goals in the previous games for Arsenal. You know, he scored a goal against Liverpool, he scored a brace against Nottingham Forest, and today has gone ahead to score 1. That is really quality of that Brazilian, and it shows you how much that pressure of Jakub Kiwior has gone ahead to obviously improve him. Jakub Kiwior went in and really played very well, and we all know how good he really looked on the day. Then there has been a total dominance by Arsenal. 5 shots by West Ham. Arsenal had 25, and 1 shot on target by West Ham, and 12 shots on target by Arsenal. I've always told you that if you want to see your team really win games, they should get half of the total number of shots they had at goal on target. And today, half of the shots of Arsenal they had at goal were on target. And out of the 12 that were on target, they managed to convert 6 out of those. And I really loved that. 29% ball possession by West Ham, then 71% ball possession by Arsenal, 280 passes completed by West Ham. Arsenal completed 685 passes, 74% passing accuracy and 95% passing accuracy. 17 fouls by West Ham, 11 fouls by Arsenal, 4 yellow cards to West Ham and 0 yellow cards to Arsenal, 0 red cards to both sides, and 2 offsides to both sides, 2 corners to West Ham, and 6 corners to the side of Arsenal. And this leads us to what we call the table. You know, this leads us to what we call the table. And the table reads: Arsenal, Liverpool is on top with 24 games played, goal difference 32, and they're having 54 points. Man City, 23 games played, meaning that they have a game in hand. If at all they win it, they'll go on top of the table, 1 point ahead of Liverpool, and they've gone ahead to have 52 points and a goal difference of 31. Arsenal, 24 games played, 52 points, a goal difference of 31, meaning they've gone ahead to obviously close down Man City on the goal difference. But one will ask, why is Man City ahead of Arsenal? They've gone ahead to obviously have the same goal difference. It's all about one thing. It's all about the number of goals scored. Look at the number of goals scored by Man City, 56. Arsenal have gone ahead to score 53. That's why I told you that if Arsenal were to go into second place, they needed to score 7 goals past West Ham, but it was not the ultimate result to put them in second position. But I think the most important bit of it all is closing down Man City to 31 goal difference and having the same number of points. And now, if Man City win their game they have in hand, they will be 3 points behind Arsenal. And we all know that Arsenal really have a game to play at Etihad against Manchester City, and it's gonna be one of the huge title deciders. Not so? Then we are having Tottenham Hotspur, 47 points, 24 games played. Aston Villa playing with Man United right now. They're having 46 points, and we'll wait to see how that is really gonna be entangled. But I think it's gonna be a United win. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. That's what I had for you. But the big hail I would love to send to Mikel Arteta is all about getting in Nwaneri. I was excited when I saw him in because I think Nwaneri is ready. He's Premier League ready, and I don't know why they take a lot of time to obviously get him on the field of play. To me, he's Premier League ready, and they should get him more and more playing minutes at the side of Arsenal. So, Arsenal have done their job. I give Mikel Arteta his credit. All the players have gone ahead to do very well. Jakub Kiwior has gone ahead to really close down that side a lot, because I told you that they were targeting that side a lot, but he closed it down very well, and they couldn't really do that. What else haven't I talked about? You know, Gabriel Martinelli, he had a day off, bad day in office, and I think he needs to obviously erupt more and more. Though he really had some beautiful times with the ball, but as I told you, his decision making is really lacking and he's predictable. When he really clicks on, when he really makes his runs and they click on, he's one of the best left forwards in the world. When they don't click on, he looks like a nobody into that. The substitutions were on point, and remember, Arsenal came into this game of football with close to 7 injuries. Gabriel Jesus, Emily Smith-Rowe, Thomas Partey, Tomiyasu, Zinchenko, Fabio Vieira, and Julian Timber. 7 injuries Arsenal had, but they went ahead to win. Your reactions to this result are welcome in the comment section below. Arsenal ran riot at the London Stadium. What a way to revenge for the 2 consecutive defeats this season, and Arsenal have gone ahead to obviously epitomize it with a classic destruction, and this team has been destroyed thoroughly. Bye-bye.